Welcome to Booksolve. And as I read The Children of the Dead by Elfrieda Jelinek, pages 1 to 51. So we've just started this book. This is a dense book with long sentences. It's fabulous, but it's not easy reading. The sentences wander away to other things and making the understanding of them sometimes a little bit different. You've got to decide, do I concentrate on what it was talking about originally, or am I going to chase down this rabbit hole in the undergrowth where it's gone? And yeah, it's going to take a time if you do that. To some extent, it takes a little bit nomic. It's sort of gives its sense through a beautiful cadence that's in there. It's very poetic, and the impressionistic illustration is throughout. So what I'm going to do in this bit is to read some of it, because I think what's the best way in which I can illustrate what the book's like and my feeling for it so far is by doing that. So I'm going to I've already covered a little bit about what the book's for, because I read the flyleaf in the introduction. So this, let me put my glasses on for this bit. We know it's about sort of the dead rising again, and intermingling with real people in Austria, and that it's deeply about Austrian history and culture and geography, I think, as well, really. So let's read some sections from it instead. This is from page 26. The man embarks on his journey, figuring the length of the slope and the speed of gliding down. It shouldn't take long. On his mind, a few scraps of conversations with journalists trying to get smart with him. In the dining room, regulars at the sports table standing up politely as a fire is thrown at them. It is. Yes, it is the Olympic flame, and it flies past Edgar's cute face. A tennis star is cooking spaghetti in a TV commercial. She is the leading lady punch, so to speak. Steffi gets away with anything. And there is plenty to talk about her, as opposed to Edgar, who, besides his death, left little for the general public to criticise. Who did it to him? 3 a.m, as he returned from a boozy birthday party. That would have been punishment enough, but why did the street have to come on to him so different, so childish, so dumb, so idiotic? A street he'd known for 10 years. Edgar throws his hands up in front of his face. Why was that house there, and why did the speedometer show 120? I can explain that. Yes, it was us. We kicked it, so that it would go higher, that punching bag face. If we only had the patience to turn the wheel of fortune at the right time, we could make it around the curve. But what we'd get to eat then would be pretty burnt. Whatever it is, we don't like the taste of it. It tastes like gas, like meat put through the grinder. The gloves are already soaked to the bone with our blood. We might as well be dead. And yes, that's my point. Providence keeps your eye on the road. You are not an island. Edgar has no memory of the grave, the gate through which he was dispatched. Some of the time is missing. A few figures are missing. I kept him company there while they, or their friends, the animals, devoured intestines. So many hungry stomachs. The punishment of the dead is that they must let everything happen to them and watch themselves being whipped into soap by opera. The evening lays on earth like a dog, with endless patience. He knows someone will call him. There is no memory of Edgar eating his way through himself, or in order to get out. And anyway, he couldn't have reached all the parts of his body with his mouth. Neither did the dead folks signal him. He knows nothing of the axe applied to relatives in family graves because the clay soil was not putrefactive enough. Nor did snakes dare to enter his body. He never cared much about them. You'd have to strike those graceful, petting animals who stroke you with their entire bodies really hard to get them to open their jaws and let go of you. There comes the next road warrior, ready to join us, the undeterred, who know all the bypasses when the arteries are blocked, without waiting until the mourning period had ended for the fool before him who let himself be caught. Jawbones knock brightly against each other, eyes roll out of their sockets. They want to see a different programme and participate in a vote for the top car of the year. Hair grows and grows. Widespread legend, probably spread because doctors prefer to substitute technically installed gizmos from prosthesis to pacemakers for man's natural regenerative mechanisms. None of those disappear into the ground. Those vampires of steel and plastic stay until they get ripped out of the patient before the funeral. Then only the body is left in its own prosthesis, which has copied and replaced its own nature. Like a soft scarf, the hair wraps around its aircraft carrier. The body, fingernails, teeth can be found in this heavy mass. Gold jewellery left on the dead woman, which now cuts into her neck. One can hear the grinding of the jaws, and the soul gets recharged. The night is clear for the takeoff. In the case of Edgar, the body came along, as if in the infinity of possible relationships among the millions of dead, one or other could be put together again with a few substitute parts from strangers, so that at least for one, the beginning could fall together with the arrival. The beginning stands to stay, an edifice constructed and construed from the top floor down through the air until it finds our hidden land and our hideous roots. Germany, for example, is right around the corner. Our house is there and it devours its tenants so that it can alienate us forever. We enter the kitchen, but we can't find the light switch. We lie down in our bed, but there are already a few million people who love us as little as we love ourselves. And that's an example bit of how poetic, how visceral this all is, how deep in metaphorical reason, and yet it's doesn't shy away from speaking very practically about the real transformation of these corpses into the zombies that they become. I don't want to make this too long. We've already gone on nearly 9 minutes, so I don't think I will read other parts in this. So I read you a couple more extracts, but mostly they're really long, and maybe I'll do another video with those in, or maybe I'll just move on to the next 50 pages. This is a book that's over 500 pages long, so it's going to provide innumerable examples of really beautiful, deep writing. It's going to be a wonder to read, I think. And it's a step above the challenge that the last two books that I've read have been either Ultramarine or if I am homeless, if this is not my home. This is another step up in concentration and that you need to take in order to get the maximum that you can get as a reader from this particular work. So there we are. That's my review as I read review of the first 51 pages of The Children of the Dead by Elfrieda Jelinek. So, it's cheerio from Booksolve, and happy reading to you.